Artists, creatives, and designers, welcome to Dream Aloud Art, the podcast where creatives are educated on seeing value in themselves and their creations. Presented to you by RTA, respecttheartist.com. I'm your host, fellow creative and friend, Electra B. Frederick. Let's go. Happy New Year. Yeah, happy 2023 for those of you who can believe that it's already here. I know I believe it. I'm here for it all day, every day. Sign me up. I want to give a huge shout out to all of my artists who have been supporting the movement of respecttheartist.com. Big shout out to all of y'all who have been supporting the growth of my page on Instagram, because y'all know that's where I put work in. I put a whole lot of work into Instagram for years. And here we are. I actually had a podcast. There's a lot of things. Oh gosh, there's so many things that you've done, that I've done in our lives. And I love hearing about the things that y'all have done, for sure. Part of those things in my life has been having a podcast. And I had a podcast. It lasted like 2.5 seconds. I think I had the podcast for, let me see, I don't even know, maybe 3 weeks. And that was in 2017. But guess what? It was literally about the same thing that this podcast is about. It just wasn't time. And y'all know what I'm talking about. It just wasn't time. It wasn't time. And everything moves in God's time. God's timing is a whole lot better than my own logical, practical thoughts of time. But of course, all respects to that. We're not going to get too deep. We're not going to get way too deep on the very first episode, because that's how we go. That is how we do it. We go deep. But I just wanted to wish y'all a very, very happy new year. And just really to remind you and put so much emphasis on the value of being a creative. And really, it just boils down to your idea of self-worth. I've taught a lot of things to a lot of people for a long time. And no matter what I teach them, because I'm a certified instructor, and I'm just going to wrap it up. Y'all can check it in the bio or the description or however this works. Just so you know, I'm just going off I'm going off the cuff. This is not a scripted speech. This is really just to let you know who I am and to introduce myself to you and to show love to the number one artist community, Respect the Artists, and our members, and all of y'all who are considering officially joining our fam, even though you're family anyway. But no matter what I've taught artists over the years, y'all, it will always go back. It will always go back to the core of what your idea of self-worth is. How worthy are you? How valuable do you believe you are? And notice that the highlight of this podcast is creatives, right? And usually when people think of creatives, they think of someone who is working in the arts, and arts typically means visual arts or performance arts or being a musician or a writer or a poet, when in actuality, thought is creation. Every breath that we take is creativity at work. Our existence, we were created. So I'm not going to dive way deep on the very first one. Again, this is the warm up. So I'm not going to get way deep, but it's important that you understand your confidence and your idea of self-worth is beyond even your idea of valuable. It's beyond valuable. And y'all know I'm very, 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 very in tune and spiritual. And I ain't talking about every, all kinds of like 80,000 definitions of being spiritual. All I'm saying is that I recognize spirit. All right. I recognize spirit. I respect spirit. God is first in my life. And so there you go. All right. So everything that you do begins with your level of confidence in order to do it, in order to carry it out. And those who have been following Dream Aloud Art on Instagram, you've also heard me say that Dream Aloud has to do with thought to manifestation. That means being able to see the fruit. You know what I'm saying? Like being able to see, experience, live, feel the fruit, like actually experience it in our five senses. All right. Like, okay, let me sum it up. Okay. So everything goes back to you and how you see yourself. The way that you see yourself, the confidence, the level of confidence that you have in yourself is the fuel behind every single way that you experience your life. And it's so critical. And I'm hoping and praying that you can hear it in my voice more than you can hear it in the words that I'm using. It's so critical that you realize this and that you not only come to the realization, but you pay attention, become present and aware in everything that you do, everything that you think. Hear it, feel it, and be present in it. And if something unfavorable comes up, it's important that you notice it, you realize that, and you address it. Let's just pause on that for a moment. Let's just pause on that and be silent with it. The focus on your existence as a creative. The focus is knowing your value and knowing your worth. And the future topics that we're going to have, and God willing, even having interviews on this podcast, the center focus is seeing the value in yourself and your creations. I love y'all. Y'all know I could go. I mean, like this warm up here, this introduction, we could stretch this thing out. Trust and believe. But, I've had speaking engagements, I've had courses, I've had classes, I've had consultations, all going back to this very topic. It doesn't matter if we're talking about how to sell art. It doesn't matter if I'm talking about Instagram strategy. It doesn't matter if I'm talking about how to price your work to sell, how to price your art to sell. If you don't truly believe in yourself and the work that you create, it ain't gonna sell, all right? And I said it like that on purpose. It ain't gonna move. It's just not going to move. It can, and here's the twist, it might actually sell, okay? People might actually buy it, but your sense of fulfillment will be at never enough. Meaning you will either try to work so hard to overproduce and stress yourself out, or you'll just always feel that there's an 8 out of 10 experience that you're having. It's not fulfillment. You're not feeling complete and fulfilled. Fulfilled does not mean perfect. Fulfilled means fulfilled. So maybe I need to whip out Merriam-Webster's dictionary on y'all, and we can start breaking it down, because I don't mind going into etymology. I don't mind going into, definitions and synonyms and whatnot. I don't mind. But in this moment, fulfillment is not perfection. That's not what we're talking about. So with all that being said, start this podcast off with trust and belief that you are valuable. There's something so special and unique. Not unique to the point that you're so different you can't relate to anybody else. Not this kind of independence specializing or independence mindset. No. Something so uniquely created within you that you have so much to give and to connect with other people with. That's what I'm talking about is in you. That's the real you. That's the real you. So I hope this was a wonderful warm-up to get the creative juices moving in your entire system, in your brain, in your mind, in your heart, in your spirit, in your soul, your emotions, your feelings, getting it all lined up perfectly. Not perfectly the way you're thinking about, okay? I'm talking about perfectly in the sense of the truth of who you are. The truth in love, the truth in compassion, the truth in understanding. So getting all of that perfectly lined up. I hope this was a great buffer before you dive into more material, more podcasts. All right. So God bless y'all. Y'all know I love you very much. It's got to be some kind of love, let me tell you, because I've been doing this for years, for a good minute, and it never gets old. It never gets old to me. I absolutely love it. So I'm going to kind of configure this whole podcast thing, and figure out where I'm going to put all this information. But but I will tell y'all. I'm sure that you'll be able to find respecttheartist.com. The link probably in the description or the bio. Again, like I said, I'm going to fill this thing out a little bit. I may need to get some assistance here. But feel free, and I am welcoming you to reach out and let me know what your thoughts are. We're going to get all this thing, I'm going to get this thing organized. Y'all know how I move. Y'all know I make sure things are straight. But yes, I look forward to keeping in touch with y'all. Once again, peace be with you, and I'll catch you on the next podcast for Dream Aloud Art. It's your girl, Electra B. Frederick. I love y'all, and you already know RTA stands for Respect the Artist. Much love. Artists, creatives, and designers, it has been an honor and a pleasure to spend this time with you. I'm grateful for your encouragement, love, respect, and support. Follow this podcast and share this episode with another creative who needs to hear it. Your positive ratings and reviews are highly appreciated. Screen capture this episode, post it, and tag me on Instagram at Dream Aloud Art so I can show the love in return. For more information on having an artist consultation with me or for being on the YouTube show for artist interviews, check the description on this episode or go to respecttheartist.com. That's respectheartists.com. Much love to y'all. And remember, RTA stands for Respect the Artists. I'll catch y'all on the next episode. Peace, peace from here to the Far East.